How's everyone doing? This is going to be my Black Friday haul. What? This is my 2019 Black Friday haul. I suck at doing videos on here in a timely manner. I've had this stack off to the side of me for almost 2 years now, and I've been meaning to do this forever. There's stacks all around me that I've been meaning to do updates for. I've got 13 total bookcases now. You see the two behind me, but I've got 13 total bookcases, and there's stacks all around me. There is a method to the madness, though. I do know where most of the stuff is, including this stack that I've been meaning to do a video for almost 2 years. So here it is, better late than never. There we go, 20 pickups. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. Let me know which one is your favorite, and let me know what you picked up for Black Friday, what your favorite Black Friday pickup ever has been. Yeah, 2019. I really didn't pick anything up last year. I had most of the stuff that was on sale. There wasn't a lot of good stuff, and everything going on in the world. I wasn't gonna risk going to stores for that kind of stuff. But even Amazon, they didn't have a lot of new stuff that I was interested in. I think I only picked up like 2 or 3 things. But the 20 things here. 2019 was a good time. Better late than never, right? This is a new video you guys haven't seen, and I actually put down the prices for everything at the time because I was going to talk about that, how good the prices were. Now, prices fluctuate, especially over the course of, a year and a half, almost 2 years. So the deals might not be quite as good at this point, but some of them are still good. I know that. First up is Bad Times at the El Royale. The title definitely makes me think of like a Tarantino-esque. But it definitely had like a Tarantino-esque feel to it, as well as like a little bit of like Coen Brothers, the way that certain scenes were shot. This was $12.99. I think this is still like $20. And one thing I just noticed though is there's a hole, a puncture mark right in the front cover. You think Amazon will take this back after almost 2 years or replace it for me? Nah, that window has definitely come and gone. But I thought this was a really entertaining movie. I saw it when it first came out. I'm looking forward to revisiting it again. That's one of the things that I want to actually cut back on. Movies that I don't see myself rewatching again. I've sold over like 7,000 DVDs and over 3,500 Blu-rays in the past 4 or 5 years. And, I still have over, 6,500 movies, mostly Blu-ray, in my collection. I cut down most of my DVDs. I have maybe 1,000 DVDs at this point. But yeah, again, that's still a lot. And then, I got stacks everywhere. Space is out of premium. I just don't have the room. But yeah, I don't want to keep movies that I can't see myself rewatching again. I think this was a rewatchable film for sure. All the different twists and turns and things like that. I thought it was really interesting. I like the cast a lot here too. Jeff Bridges, Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, Chris Hemsworth as the cult leader, Cynthia Erivo. But yeah, really enjoyed the heck out of this one. Again, to me, it had that Tarantino meets Coen Brothers kind of feel. And this is one I can definitely see myself rewatching again. And I don't know, this probably had a slipcover. I want to get the slipcover because I always feel like it's not complete without the slipcover. I may just repurchase this one because, I don't know, that bothers me. I don't know if you could see that in there, that puncture mark through the artwork, but my fault for not, being on top of that and getting a replacement at the time. Next up is Spider-Man Far From Home. This was $7.96. That's a darn good deal for a 4K. Yeah, I could tell you I don't know what this is going for now, but it's definitely not $7.96. This was a fun time. I like the new Spider-Man movies. Tom Holland does a good job here. Jake Gyllenhaal. There's better look at the cast right there. But I like the slipcover to it as well with that artwork on the back. But yeah, I definitely like the cast in here. Samuel L. Jackson, a bunch of other recognizable people. Really good visuals, fast-paced. You get invested in the character. I definitely like, I was never a big Tobey Maguire fan, although I did like Spider-Man too. But I feel like this one, he's more believable as, Peter Parker. When you read the comic books, he was growing up, he was going to high school and things like that. The Tobey Maguire one, I just couldn't picture him in that role as much, and wasn't a big fan of him as an actor. But yeah, Tom Holland, I think, does a much better job, in my opinion. So looking forward to seeing what they do with this franchise in the future. I really like Into the Spider-Verse too. I thought that was an incredible, probably my favorite Spider-Man movie, an animated movie, and the voice acting on that was awesome too. But Spider-Man Far From Home for $7.96, great deal still right now. Next up is Avengers Endgame for $7.96 with the slipcover. I feel like you can't always get the foil there. You see it a little bit right there. On the camera, it doesn't always pick up the foil effect, but a really awesome looking slipcover. You can see the foil effect on here. Great cast, great, cinematic comic book film. Definitely an experience. The ending as well. I know a lot of people were, pulled at the heartstrings there. But yeah, such a phenomenal, like all the Avengers movies to me, but Endgame, incredible. The visuals, I feel like comic book movies have come a long way from back in the day. And, Blade doesn't get enough credit for one of the, ones that kind of like started it. But love the heck out of Blade. That just got a 4K release as well. I'd like to see the sequels get some, 4K love as well. I know a lot of people don't like the third one, but I still enjoy it. But yeah, Avengers Endgame with the slipcover, $7.96 4K. Can't beat that even today. Next up is, a little sticky thing that I put on here from 2 years ago fell off. This was $7.96 as well. I guess a lot of the 4Ks were $7.96. It has that hollow foil look to the slipcover. This one was visually stunning film. Very heartfelt. How to Train Your Dragon. I've never seen any of the How to Train Your Dragon movies except for this one. I was like, let's go ahead and watch it. And this was like a good, family-friendly movie, good date movie as well. But yeah, great visuals, and there's a whole world out there of different dragons and stuff. And I thought it was a really good film, and now I want to check out the rest of them. So nice 4K release again with the slip for $7.96. Another one this one was $9.99, Black Hawk Down. I haven't seen this one since it came out essentially, and I definitely want to revisit this one a ton. Look at all those special features. Holy moly, look at that. All those special features. I definitely want to get the slipcover for this. But yeah, this is one that I remember watching back in the day, based on a true story. This is directed by Ridley Scott. And, great performance. They're very gritty. Eric Bana, Ewan McGregor, Josh Hartnett. But yeah, this is based on 1993 Delta Force soldiers. The crash right here, and, just about bravery of these soldiers, and again based on the true story, and them fighting for their lives. And excited to check this one out in 4K. It's been a while. I remember that one being just really gritty and palpable tension in there. Next up is The Big Lebowski 4K from the Coen brothers, $9.99. Again with the slipcover. This is an all-time favorite of mine. Love the heck out of this one. The performances, the dude, come on. Yeah, just everything about this one. I remember watching it when I was younger and just blowing my mind. I hadn't seen anything else quite like it. One of my favorite comedic movies of all time now, and definitely just like one of the best comedic films of a generation, essentially. And I love this movie, and so happy to get it on 4K, and excited to check this one out in the 4K. And let me know what your favorite Coen Brothers movie is. They've been around for a long time, done a ton of great films, back to Raising Arizona, which is probably the first film I saw from them, and then Blood Simple as well, two of the earlier ones. But I think of like their most popular ones: The Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men, and Fargo. So let me know what your favorite Coen Brothers movie is outside of those three, and also including those three, both. So because I assume those are gonna be like, those are the most mainstream, popular, well-known ones, I would say. So those are gonna be in most people's list, but I'm looking for ones outside of those in particular, but also let me know of those ones too. Oh Brother, We're Out There, another really popular one from them, but they've had so many great films. Barton Fink too is another one that I feel like is kind of underrated, and definitely one that I think people should check out. So many great films from them. You really can't go wrong with pretty much anything you choose. So except for the Hail Caesar. Yeah, let me know your favorite Coen Brothers movie, with those three included, and then also without those three in the realm, because I feel like, again, that's going to be the most popular choice, one of those three. Very talented, and I like that they choose a lot of the same actors to work with because it works for their style of film too. Next up is one that I've never seen in its entirety, but I've always wanted to. You know, Babelicious right here. Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, $9.99, the 4K for Charlie's Angels, based on the old TV series. I know there's some other recognizable people in here. Tim Curry, Sam Rockwell, Crispin Glover, Bill Murray, and this is directed by MCG. I know this is going to be all out over the top action with a female cast here, you know, espionage and disguises and stuff like that. So looking forward to checking this one out finally in its entirety. I've only seen like a couple scenes ever for it. All of these women are extremely talented and beautiful. Let me know who is your favorite between Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu. It's like Sophie's Choice. It's so hard to choose. They're all extremely stunningly gorgeous and hot and talented. Great actresses across the board. Drew Barrymore, I feel like, has probably had the longest and more renowned career of the three, but they've all done great things. Yeah, again, tough choice. Let me know who your favorite is of these three. Next up is the original Hellboy on 4K, which was $9.99. And I definitely always enjoy this one, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Let me know what your favorite Guillermo del Toro movie is. For me, it's Devil's Backbone. Love that one. Great ghost story movie. I've always thought of it more of a drama than horror, but it does involve a ghost. But such a tremendous film. But Hellboy, really fun time in here. Ron Perlman is excellent. I like the whole cast in here too. Selma Blair. But yeah, this is one that I feel like I can always watch this movie. I like the sequel too. The recent one I didn't like quite as much. I thought the visuals were great. But Hopper from Stranger Things was in there. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely prefer Ron Perlman. I feel like Ron Perlman could have still played that role. I mean, he's still out there acting. Really enjoyed him in Sons of Anarchy as well. He's been in a ton back, you know, Beauty and the Beast way back in the day. Ton of great films. He's worked with Guillermo del Toro before as well with Kronos. But yeah, happy to get this one in 4K for $9.99. Next up is the recent Halloween movie. This was also $9.99, and I don't know if this one had a slipcover or not, but if it does, I want to get that slipcover. I want the slipcover for everything. If it doesn't have it, I feel like it's incomplete. If it, you know, comes with one. Not all, like most 4Ks do, but not all of them. Not all Blu-rays come with slipcovers. But yeah, I actually thought this was tremendous, and I really liked Judy Greer was in here, Jamie Lee Curtis, excellent. And this is directed by David Gordon Green, Blumhouse film. And this has music from John Carpenter and then his son, Cody Carpenter, too. So I thought that's pretty cool. And the guy who played Michael Myers in this one did an excellent job. This is gritty, just gory, violent. The kills in here are just devastating. Jamie Lee Curtis kicked so much ass in this film. Loved her performance here. And she's still doing that strong character. And then I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with, you know, Halloween Kills coming up, and just the franchise in general. Keep making them. I'm definitely excited to check out more in this franchise and see how far this character has come. I feel like we're bringing back some good Halloween movies. I feel like this franchise, for me, out of the three major big horror franchises, you think Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th, this was by far the weakest. Outside of like the first three, it just goes downhill. I thought that this was definitely bringing it back into, you know, proper notoriety for this franchise that it deserves. You know, I don't want to see Busta Rhymes or Roundhouse kicking anyone. And yeah, some of those sequels were just dreadful. I know there's huge fans of them, but for me, I thought it was easily the worst franchise of the big three horror franchises. So really enjoyed the heck out of this one and excited to see what they do in the future. And I thought, again, the actor who played Michael Myers in this one was amazing. Next up is Glass, which was also $9.99, again, a 4K, a bunch of 4Ks right there, a huge stack of 4Ks for all of them were under 10 bucks, you know, either actually I take it back, $7.96, $9.99, and then the Bad Times at El Royale was $12.99, which is still a good deal because it's like 20 bucks to this day. I remember, you know, looking at that recently because I want to get the replacement for it. But Glass, $9.99. This is, you know, from M. Night Shyamalan, so kind of like that trilogy with Glass. And then Unbreakable is, you know, one of my favorites from M. Night Shyamalan. Signs as well. Signs is my all-time favorite, one of my all-time favorite movies. Let me know what your favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is. And then also Split, and how, you know, all the characters combine here. I thought this was an enjoyable film, but I wanted a little bit more from it, especially the ending. I still think it was, you know, interesting, creative, unique ideas going on here. Whatever you can, you know, say about M. Night Shyamalan, if you aren't a fan, he has some good ideas, good storytelling. I think he's an amazing storyteller. So this is definitely one that I thought was interesting. I just wanted a little bit more from it, and the characters, and, you know, how they intertwine. The ending was my biggest issue. I definitely just wanted more from it, but still a good film for $9.99. So half the stack for this Black Friday Blu-ray haul is actually 4Ks, and amazing deals, again, especially taking into consideration selling the digital copies. So a lot of this should be entitled, you know, 4K Ultra HD Black Friday haul. But yeah, half of this 4Ks. So super excited for that. Again, the HDR is one of the amazing selling points. The improvement is oftentimes incredible. The one that got me into 4K was The Shallows. I watched the Blu-ray first, thought it looked great, and then I watched the 4K. Blake Lively in 4K, that, you know, stunning landscape, the beach and the ocean, it just blew me away. So detailed, so vibrant. Absolutely love that one. That's what got me into 4K. And then I've been on that 4K train ever since. And some great deals out there. I remember people saying 4K is not going to last. I had so many stupid negative comments. And 4K is still going strong. A ton of films I never thought would get the 4K treatment. Howard the Duck is getting a 4K release. That is a nostalgia for me, but that movie is pretty terrible to think that's getting a 4K release. But we're getting a ton of, you know, genre films too, horror films, older horror films. So I think it's awesome that we're getting these new transfers. You know, the picture and audio quality, such an improvement. Sometimes, you know, it's been a long time since we've seen you know, new transfers and stuff for some of these films. And then some of them, you know, we're getting over and over again, you know, obviously Halloween, you know, Evil Dead 2, all those ones. I'd like to see Army of Darkness get a 4K release. What's going on there? How come we don't have that yet? But yeah, I'm excited. I've heard, you know, possibility for, you know, Dead Alive on 4K, and, you know, all the Peter Jackson horror ones. So hopefully, it's so shocking to this day to still think about that, you know, Peter Jackson did Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, Dead Alive. Then he did, you know, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies. So it's come a long way, but he definitely put, you know, New Zealand on the map for horror. New Zealand's still killing it. They have a ton of great films, horror and non-horror. Big fan. So yeah, you know, I want to see more 4K releases in the future. Maybe we'll get that True Lies, you know, it skips right over Blu-ray, just goes to 4K, because we don't have even a Blu-ray release for that yet. But yeah, so many films. The Abyss too. Let's get you know, Cameron going on that. Come on. I mean, yeah, a lot of films that still need a Blu-ray release, but you know, it's great to see 4K thriving, and you know, so many releases, and it's exciting for you know, home video. And you know, physical media collectors. People are constantly saying that physical media is going to be dead, and I don't know, man. They keep showing new release. Howard the Duck on 4K. There's your proof right there. I mean, 4K is going strong. You know, DVD sales are still strong. DVD sales are actually higher than Blu-ray and 4K, like maybe combined. I'm not exactly sure on that one, but I know DVD sales are stronger than Blu-ray. And much stronger than 4K, but they're still going physical media wise, so I feel like that's going to be the way to go. And obviously, you know, you have all the streaming platforms. People are always saying, "Oh, it's so easy," and you know, but they're often taking things down, censoring things, editing things, putting, you know, PSAs, referendums before the film or series starts. There's some movies and TV shows you can't find anywhere on any streaming platform. Physical's the only way to get it. That's, you know, and obviously the license agreements run out. You know, everybody was upset about The Office coming off of Netflix. So you can't always count on that for the streaming. For physical media, you can. It'll always be there the way that you watched it and remembered it. No editing, no censors, nothing taken out of it, no referendums or PSAs put in there. You don't have to worry about licensing agreements, you know, going under or anything like that. Physical media for life for me, clearly, as shown by this video, and, you know, every other video I've done on this my channel on here. So there you go, 4K. I'm super excited that the format is still going strong and tons of new releases, you know, especially horror. I'm so happy that there's so many more horror releases coming out for 4K. Next up is a uplifting movie, The Upside, with Kevin Hart, Bryan Cranston, Nicole Kidman. This was $6.99. Kevin Hart was an ex-convict, and he strikes up a friendship with Bryan Cranston, who is a quadriplegic billionaire. And essentially he's like working for him and helping him out. And, you know, Kevin Hart's trying to get his own life in order, and, you know, with his ex and things like that. And it's inspired by a true story. I know there was another film already out there, but you know, this is essentially an American remake. Very heartfelt, very touching. I like the bonds here. I like the interaction here, especially between Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston. Some really good comedic moments in here. I actually really like Kevin Hart in this one. This is probably one of my favorite acting roles that he's done. So definitely, I'd recommend this one, even if you're not a big Kevin Hart fan. But yeah, $6.99 for that one. That one's definitely one that I could rewatch again. Next up is True Detective Season 3. This is $9.99. That's what I got for. I don't know what it goes for now, but I've never seen any of the True Detective seasons. I have the first two. I still need to delve into them. I've heard the first season is mind-blowingly amazing. The second one wasn't as good. I haven't heard too much about the third one, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out and checking them all out with Mahershala Ali. And then you also have Stephen Dorff in here, a few other recognizable people. So I know they're all, you know, about police officers, detectives, and different crimes and stuff that, you know, span different time periods. So maybe I'll binge them. I recently binged Game of Thrones, and I can't believe I waited so long to watch that. That was amazing. And people, you know, crap on the final season. I thought the final season was one of the best seasons. The, you know, finale, I had issues with that, but it's hard to get especially such a popular show, to get, you know, a complete season finale right. There's not many TV shows that did that. Sons of Anarchy and then The Shield are two that come to mind for actually, you know, getting it right for the series finale, but most don't. It's just really difficult to do. Next up is Heat. This was $3.99, a classic from Michael Mann, one of the best heist movies ever. Heat and The Town are my two favorites, I would say, for heist movies. Let me know what your favorite heist movie is. Let me know what your favorite Michael Mann movie is. He's done so many great films. Manhunter, Last Mohicans, just tons. I think he doesn't like the movie The Keep, because I think he was trying to, like, you know, stop it from getting a physical media release, because I don't think it still does to this day, not even a DVD in the US, but hopefully one day it will. But tremendous performances in here. Al Pacino, De Niro, Sizemore, a bunch of other recognized people in here, Ashley Judd. But yeah, this one was tremendous. Val Kilmer, of course, too, John Voight. One of the best heist movies ever, in my opinion. Great Michael Mann film. Absolutely love the heck out of this. Collateral as well from Michael Mann. A masterpiece. $3.99, you can't beat that. Next up is one that I'm gonna get rid of. It's, at the time, it was a great deal. The Friday the 13th, the 8-movie collection for $12.99. However, I recently picked up the Scream Factory edition, which I have right in front of me, which I'll go ahead and show you, which is such, this is the deluxe collection right here. Such an amazing, beautiful release. And people were complaining about this release because people are terrible and stupid. That there's so many, I've had so many comments, people saying, enjoy your box set full of errors and issues. You're an idiot. There was 3 minute issues, and Scream Factory did replacements for them right away. And those issues, like, you would never know unless you didn't hear all the uproar on the internet about it. The scenes were like a second each. You know, there was an audio missing for one scene. There's one quick scene of a wrist breaking that wasn't, you know, something else, like the credits for one scene, like each one were like a second. Like, mind-blowing that people were making such a, I get it, you know, it's such a great franchise. Quality control issues for Scream Factory, there's been many. You know, check online, you know, Trick or Treat release, I think the Carrie release maybe 2, the Child's Play release. There's been a bunch of different issues for the releases. They've often, you know, corrected them, though. Sometimes not all the stuff has disc replacement issue programs and stuff, but they did it for this one. The outcry was crazy, but I thought the outcry in this one was ridiculous. There's a few ones where I remember there was another release. I can't remember what it was, but it was like people were complaining if the audio was out of sync. It was off-camera dialogue. Like I watched it and I didn't even realize it. Like how do mind blowing to me that the people that can figure that stuff out so quickly after it's released and create such an uproar about it too. But yeah, the issues were so minute. That collection is mind-blowingly amazing. Probably the best horror box set ever. I mean, for a complete collection for the Friday the 13th movies, all the special features, the transfers, and amazing. The box set too, the artwork. So yeah, this one $12.99 was a great deal at the time. I'm going to be getting rid of it now though. Let me know what your favorite Friday the 13th movie is, your favorite sequel in the franchise. Let me know who your favorite actor who played Jason Voorhees is. Obviously, Kane Hodder is a fan favorite, but I mean, there's some other great actors who were in here too. I don't know, Richard Brooker, I always liked him. But yeah, some great, Kane Hodder, he's awesome, very fan friendly, and I saw a documentary recently about him that has a Blu-ray release as well, what he went through in his life, all the burns and stuff, and just tragic, and how amazing, he's been able to, go through that, his story, and, persevere. Next up is Sabotage. This was $5. I remember this being, a crazy film, some betrayal here, great cast, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sam Worthington, Olivia Williams, Terrence Howard, Joe Manganiello, I always mess up his name, Josh Holloway, and Muriel Enos. I enjoy this one. It was wild. It was action-packed. It's also from David Ayer, who's done some amazing films, including End of Watch, Harsh Times, and then he did Bright, which is a Netflix one, which I really enjoyed the heck out of that one. He does a lot of like police dramas, thrillers, stuff like that, crime dramas. Some great action and tension in all of his films usually. Bright, though, is essentially the same thing, but with a fantasy aspect too, with orcs and stuff. It's set in modern day, like LA, I believe, but with, magic and orcs, and dig the heck out of that one. I want that to get a Blu-ray release. I always wanted, Netflix to release more of their, originals and stuff, like a lot of that for the streaming services. Like, you never know when those things are going to be edited, taken down, censored, and anything like that. Will Smith was great in there too. David Ayer, tremendous director, and End of Watch is, a personal favorite of mine too. Kind of like a found footage movie as well, the way that it's shot through the police camera. He wrote Training Day as well. This is basically about a DEA task force, about them, breaking into cartel safe houses, and then there's $10 million that are stolen in cash, and then I guess people are taking out this crew one by one, and they're trying to figure out who the killer is, and obviously they're after the money, and again there's betrayal in the midst right there, but some good performances here. I really liked Arnold Schwarzenegger right there, and Muriel Enos especially, and Olivia Williams, also really great actress. But yeah, let me know what your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is outside of like Terminator, Terminator 2, and Predator. For me, Predator is my favorite. But outside of those three, let me know what your next favorite Arnold movie is. Get to the chopper. He's done some great films, and I thought Maggie was one that really showed his dramatic chops. Really good dramatic infection movie there. People just automatically put that into like the zombie realm. But I think there's a difference between zombie films and infected movies. Like 28 Days Later, that's an infection movie. It's the rage virus. The director, Danny Boyle, even said himself it's not a zombie movie. People always lump them together, but I don't know. But yeah, he was great in that one. And he proves that he can do some dramatic stuff, not just, over-the-top action stuff that he's well known for. Also, let me know what your favorite David Ayer film is. Again, tremendous director. I will always check out anything that he's done because I've loved everything that he's done. So Sabotage for $5, definitely a good deal. And then next up is Phantom Thread here, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Let me know what your favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie is. There Will Be Blood is such a tremendous film, one of the best modern American films. For me, not even just modern, like one of my favorite American films of all time. And then also working with Daniel Day-Lewis in that one. And then let me know your favorite Daniel Day-Lewis movie. He's been such a tremendous actor for decades. My Left Foot, Last of the Mohicans, one of my all-time favorite movies. Gangs of New York, Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis won 3 Academy Awards, Oscars. He was nominated for this one. He was nominated for Gangs of New York too, but he won for Lincoln, My Left Foot, and then There Will Be Blood. He's a tremendous actor, one of my favorite actors of all time. This film, though, I don't know, the synopsis of it, the trailers didn't really draw me in. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. I love Paul Thomas Anderson, but he's set in like 1950s post-war London, and he's a dressmaker. I don't know. So that right there, I don't know. This is definitely going to be more, dramatic performance, and I assume dramatic pacing as well. And talking about centering around British fashion, dressing royalty, heiresses and stuff like that. The distinct style of the House of Woodcock. Whatever that means, debutantes and dames. So yeah, I guess he also falls for this woman who becomes his muse and lover, which is surprising given that he's a male dressmaker. I wouldn't have thought, he would have been interested in women like that. But yeah, so I guess it's just all about him, controlling everything. He's a tailor, and then all of a sudden he falls for this woman. So romance and drama. Initially, the synopsis of the trailers didn't really do it for me, but I'm going to give this one a chance finally. Been sitting in this pile. It's time to watch it. I want to go through all the movies in my collection that I haven't seen and decide whether to keep it or not. I got to stop rationalizing things. If it's a director that I enjoy or an actor that I enjoy, even if I, love them, if I don't like the movie and don't see myself rewatching it again, it's time to get rid of it. But yeah, so this True Detective and Charlie's Angels are the only ones in this stack right here that I haven't seen yet. So True Detective Season 3, I haven't seen the first 2. Obviously, I'll watch those first. I don't know if they tie together or not. And then Charlie's Angels, I've only seen like a couple scenes from it. So those are the 3 that were essentially blind buys. All the rest I've seen. Next up is The Night at the Museum Collection, 3 movies. This was $7.99. I think that's a great deal, especially for the digital copy. That's one of the things I forgot to mention. A lot of these digital copies I ended up selling. So, say this one was $7.99 and I sold the digital codes for $4. $3.99, or same thing for any of these ones. This one was $5. I probably sold the code for $3. It goes on. And then for the 4Ks and stuff. So say I paid for this one right here, the How to Train Your Dragon, $7.96, and I probably sold the code for like $4 or $5. So you're talking about like possibly $2.96 for this total. Same thing with Avengers Endgame. I probably sold the code for that for like $5. And paid $2.96 total. So yeah, great deal for these releases when you take into consideration selling the digital copies. Usually, I get people asking me all the time, where do you sell the digital copies? Google it. There's a million websites and forums out. Well, not a million. There's a ton of websites and forums out there if you just Google. But, there's Facebook groups dedicated to selling digital codes. Blu-ray.com, there's a forum on there. There's forums for tons of different websites. Tons of different Facebook groups. So there's a lot of outlets. There used to be on Google Plus too. There's actually a few groups on there, I think. But Google Plus, rest in peace. I don't know. They were like forced that upon us, and they realized they couldn't compete. But yeah, so selling digital codes, good way to make some money. Usually though, it's for newer releases where you get the most money, 4K releases and stuff like that too. Then after time, the prices drop, and usually, you're looking for, a couple bucks for codes. But yeah, this one right here, Night at the Museum, and then Battle of the Smithsonian, and then Secret of the Tomb. Nice outer slipcase for it. These are fun, family-friendly movies. Again, I like the cast in here. Robin Williams, obviously, Ben Stiller. Just fun films, and excited to have that whole collection for such a great price. Another one I'm excited for, which was a great deal. This is the Ice Age Collection 5 movie set for $12.99. And again, I probably sold the codes for these for, I don't know, like $10. I'm guessing like $2 a piece for the regular ones. So essentially like $2.99 for this whole collection. Super excited. I love these films. I would say Dawn of the Dinosaurs is my favorite. Let me know what your favorite Ice Age movie is. Let me know what your favorite modern animated movie is. But this one is, Ice Age the Meltdown, Dawn of Dinosaurs, Continental Drift, and Collision Course, which I haven't seen Collision Course yet. So again, nice outer slipcase. And then you've got the swing trays which one of the things I like about the swing trays for this one is, the unique disc artwork for each one. So I definitely appreciate that. And it's just, again, I love the heck out of these movies. They're a fun time. I like the animation style, the vivid colors, just the creativity. I was always, as a kid, fascinated with dinosaurs and things like that. So to see, those characters and stuff, woolly mammoth and saber-toothed tiger and, all of that, I love the heck out of it. And again, you have the one with the Dawn of the Dinosaurs, which was, really fully around that. And then, the Meltdown. I was always intrigued by the Ice Age as well. So really happy for that. And then next up is, where's the price for this one? Here we go. This was $33.49, a very specific price point. This is Star Trek, the original series, the complete series. Now, my favorite Star Trek that I grew up on was The Next Generation. Let me know what your favorite Star Trek series is. There was recently Picard. I know there's another one. There's been so many. Deep Space Nine, too. I definitely enjoyed that one. But the original series is probably my second favorite. The Next Generation, then the original series, then Deep Space Nine. But yeah, Voyager, so many great characters. Let me know your favorite Star Trek character is across all the different seasons. But yeah, great price point for this one, $33.49 for the complete series, for the original series on Blu-ray. And this is, the Paramount release where they're in the swing trays like this. It's effective. It's cost effective to do it like this. There's so many different discs in here, so I definitely appreciate that. And then in the interior artwork, you have the seasons and then the episodes. And then on each disc, you have the episodes as well. So great sci-fi franchise and series. And, I love the creativity in there and just everything about it. Gene Roddenberry and all 79 episodes with enhanced visual effects, 9 hours of special features. And yes, from 1966 to 1969, and this is a 20 disc set right here, and CBS and Paramount release. Live long and prosper, classic. But yeah, very happy. I thought that was a great deal. And then this one also tremendous deal. This is the Alfred Hitchcock collection right here. This is the Ultimate Collection, and you've got Psycho, Birds, Vertigo, Rear Window, North by Northwest, The Man Who Knew Too Much, Marnie, Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, Rope, The Trouble with Harry, Torn Curtain, Topaz, Frenzy, and Family Plot, plus 7 episodes of the Alfred Hitchcock Presents, 3 episodes of the Alfred Hitchcock Hour, plus over 15 hours of bonus features, documentaries, expert commentaries, screen tests, interviews, storyboards, and much more. So, 15 movies, 10 TV episodes, 15 hours of bonus features, an incredible set right here. And this was $48.39. This was a lightning deal. And I think even to this was like $100, but I think even now it still goes for around 80 or so. And a 58-page book in here too. So definitely awesome. And here's the back right there. And go ahead and take this wraparound J card off. Look at that. I love that artwork. And here is the thick book. And then here is, I like these kind of, I know a lot of people don't, but I appreciate it. And I feel like for the DVD sets, it made sense because the rubbing, if you would take them out, sometimes they would be a little tight. These ones aren't tight like that, but they're also not too loose. It's just right. But for the Blu-rays, the coating on the back, they're not going to get damaged as easily, in these book designs right here. You get the picture, the artwork, the poster artwork, talking about the films and the bonus features on there, blurbs and stuff. So I think that's such an awesome release. I love the design for it. And there we go. Look at that. Let me know what your favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie is. Psycho's a classic. The Birds. I mean, so many great films. Rope was kind of, the way that was shot, revolutionary in a way. That continuous shot. And I haven't seen Family Plot yet, and Saboteur. I think those are the only 2 that I haven't seen. But tremendous set right here, great deal, and love the heck out of this edition. And lightning deal, I remember some of those lightning deals sell out instantly. I remember for the Watchmen sets, it was the Amazon exclusive Night Owl ship. I remember setting an alarm for it, and literally it sold out under a minute. I couldn't get it. It sold out like that, and I was bummed about it. But I ended up getting that Night Owl Watchmen set, Amazon exclusive set anyways after that. But yeah, this one, a really good lightning deal. So those are the 20 pickups, my 2019 Black Friday Blu-ray haul, a bunch of 4Ks in here. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies and what you think of them, and what your favorite is from this Black Friday Blu-ray haul. And let me know what your favorite Black Friday Blu-ray pickup is that you got. So here we go. Again, the 2019 Black Friday Blu-ray haul. Better late than never. A little under 2 years in the making for this. So yeah, I definitely am happy with this. I think this is like one of the better hauls that I was able to get for Black Friday. Again, last year it wasn't that great. It was, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. The Cyber Monday deals the past couple of years have been pretty terrible. But I remember a few years ago, some of the Cyber Monday deals were better than the Black Friday deals. But this to me had so many great deals for 2019. One of the things for me is like I get a lot of films, and then so a lot of times when they have the Black Friday deals, I have them already. But I don't blind buy quite as much, and I try to look for the deals. Like I'll wait for deals, but certain movies like I just want to get right away. Like Promising Young Woman, that's still like $25, and it hasn't gone down. So I had to get that. I wanted to get the slipcover for it. I'm a big fan of Carey Mulligan and the film overall. Even though I have issues with it, I think it's an important film that everybody should check out. But that's just an example of like a film that I had to pick up like as a day one, but it hasn't gone down in price. Maybe it'll go down for Black Friday, but I didn't want to wait that long. I wanted to rewatch it, and that's the thing too. I'm all about having just movies that I can see myself rewatching again. I don't want to keep movies just to have them. There's no point in that. Plus, space is at a premium. I've got rid of so many movies, and I still have a ton. I really want to get rid of like half of my collection, essentially, at least, if not more, because realistically, we can only watch so many movies in our lifetime, and we can only rewatch so many as well. So there we go. This is the Black Friday haul. I hope you guys still appreciate it, even though it's super ridiculously late. And what do you think? You think Amazon will give me a replacement for this one from, that puncture right there through the artwork? It's only been, close to 2 years on it, but I'll probably end up rebuying that one, actually. Bummed about that. I don't like, any damage to the artwork or anything like that. And if anybody has the slipcovers and wants to do trades or, maybe I'll buy some slipcovers too for all the movies that come with slipcovers normally that I didn't get with them. Because I always like to have them. I feel like they're incomplete without the slipcover. Sometimes people will sell the slipcovers for more money than the actual movies, which is kind of mind-blowing, but again, it's collector realm. This is what we're on here for, talking movies and collecting and things like that. So, let me know what your favorite Marvel superhero is, your character right there. And let me know actually your favorite comic book character of all time, any kind of, DC, Image, any comic book company. Yeah, let me know your favorite superhero or super villain. Let me know your favorite super villain, in fact. Let's get some more super villains out there and get some super villain movies. I think of the movie Brightburn, which was such an amazing film for me. And it's essentially like a super villain. It was like a, evil Superboy character. But I thought the movie was tremendous. And I feel like maybe we should see some darker movies like that. Give some super villains some movies. Venom was essentially a villain for a long time. And, he's got another movie. The Accent from Tom Hardy, I don't know. I'm not really into that. I didn't really like his performance in the first one. The second one looks to be the same. His, facial expressions, the accent, just, I'm not really looking forward to the next Venom movie. They just had the trailer came out for it. I like Woody Harrelson as an actor, but I think of Woody Harrelson as one of those examples where he was in a movie called Rampart, which I thought his performance was better than the movie. I think he's a tremendous actor. So I'll probably end up checking it out at some point, but I'm not too excited for it. I like Tom Hardy as an actor. He's been in some, amazing films. Bronson. So I think he's a talented actor. I just didn't like him in that role, and it looks like he's going to be playing that exactly the same as the first one. I guess he kind of has to now at this point. You can't drop that accent, his expressions and the way that he acts. I do think he's a much better Eddie Brock in Venom than Topher Grace from Spider-Man 3. In the comic books, Eddie Brock he looked big, not skinny Topher Grace, so I thought that was terrible miscast there. And, Spider-Man 3 was just a jumbled mess. But I digress. These are the movies for my Black Friday Blu-ray haul. Let me know what you think, all the questions that I asked. Leave those comments down below, and I hope everybody's doing well. Take care. Next up is the Night at the Museum 3-movie collection right here. This was $7.99.